Stock South here. Yet another morning blurb for you. Let me just adjust that a little. There you go. Oh, yeah. I can adjust it all I want. I don't get any handsomer, do I? No, I know. Well, listen, I thought I'd mention, I guess yesterday, I was talking about a day where, when I was a boiler maker, we had a boiler. Well, we were testing the boiler for leaks, and things went horribly wrong. We had we had when it was all said and done, we had about 2 to 3 feet of water in the boiler room. We were doing a pressure test, yes, and the pressure was working. Unfortunately, the we didn't we didn't seal up a spot that had the potential to leak. Yeah, and boy did it leak. Oh my God. Anyway, that's if you look for one of my videos called "Things Can Always Get Out of Hand." Okay, yeah, definitely case in point. But I was thinking of one day when I did when I did roofing. I worked. We had a My father had a roofing subcontracting company. Basically, we were rock suckers. We had these huge vacuum cleaners that sat on tractor trailers, and we would suck the stones off of a flat roof. A very necessary thing if you're going to repair the roof. Used to be people had to sweep the stuff. Yeah, and boy, it took forever. Wheelbarrows, and oh my God. Well, we could do what might take guys working by hand a month, we could do it in maybe a day or two. Yeah, okay. So we had these big vacuum lines. So my brother and I were down in Philly. I think let's say it had been Western Philly, kind of an industrial area, and yet city too. It must have been at one time there were factories there. People took the bus. And then eventually houses got built, apartments, people started walking to work, and then the city went well beyond that particular place. And so now people had to come from the suburbs to go to that factory to work. It was yeah. And it was a big factory, and it had been there forever. It was a very old building. I'm guessing 80 to 100 years old. For a factory, that's pretty old. And it was big. And very dusty. Well, it was in the middle of the city, and I don't think anyone had ever, basically sucked the stones off that roof in ever. Right, and there was dust. Oh my God, it was an inch or two thick, laying on that roof, and then the stones on top of that. It was a mess. And my brother and I are up there working one real hot day. Oh God, so hot. No wind, and yet there we were, just kind of putzing around. And I know I said no wind, but all of a sudden, I think it was me. I was operating the vacuum end. I was on the wand, much like someone would operate an Electrolux. Only this was a big fat hose that went down to the main vacuum cleaner, which was, like I said, on a tractor trailer. And I look, I'm looking, I'm watching what I'm doing, kind of keeping an eye on, you don't want to have to vacuum the same spot twice, so you're very careful. All of a sudden, I feel my brother tapping on my shoulder. And I said, what? And he says, look behind you. Yeah, and he says a little bit off to the right. I said, why? He says, well, yeah, just look. So I turned to look, and there, right, not 10 feet from me, is a tornado. Yeah, a doggone tornado right there on the roof. I somehow, I don't know what condition caused this, but it was just like in The Wizard of Oz. Only it was about down where it touched the roof. Where it touched the roof, it was maybe 3 feet wide in diameter. Yeah, 3 feet in diameter. Right, diameter? Yeah, not circumference. 3 feet in diameter, and it was just just like what Dorothy was running from, indoor house, only it was smaller. It was about 3 foot in diameter and it went up about 100, maybe 120 feet. Yeah. And we're looking at, my brother says it's been there now for about 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Look at this thing. And it won't go away. We stopped vacuuming. I went over and we did. I said, "Gee, do you think we are in trouble or this?" He says, "I don't think so." He says, "Gosh," he said, "I've been throwing stuff in it. Watch what happens." And I don't know, he had something like a coffee cup or something. He threw it in the tornado, and up it went. Round. Good Lord! I said, "God." He says, "Go touch it." I said, "You go touch it." He said, "No, okay, watch." And so I go up to it, and I go, "Ooh." I don't know. It felt, I had the feeling all of a sudden it's going to drag me in there. Whoop, up I go, but, and it just it kind of just sort of hissed, if I recall right. I don't think it just was like that. Yeah. And well, we found some beer cans. No, they weren't ours. Threw the beer cans in, up they go. So we were having the best darn time. You talk about a great toy, for a kid. Hey, kids, get your own tornado. And be the first kid on your block to destroy old man Spencermaker's garage. It was absolutely an amazing thing to see. And like I said, except for yeah, and there was no rain, no thunder, nothing. Just for some reason, it formed on that roof. And to this day, I'm not really sure how that could happen. I guess it's what you call a dust devil, right? Yeah. Gosh. I remember, well, anyway, that was that. I mean, we went back to work and the tornado, actually, it was kind of nice because it added sort of an extra scrubbing to the roof because it was like moving around the roof like tornadoes do. Yeah. I wouldn't call it anything, on a scale of, I think, don't they rate tornadoes on a scale of like 0 to 10, and 10 would be awful? Yeah. This one's probably 0.4. I mean, it was more fun than anything. But toy makers, you ought to look into this. Uh, uh, yes, kids, your own tornado kit. There's got to be a way to create them in your backyard. Maybe at the pool or whatever. Huh? Yeah, I think it'd be kind of fun. And if you make a little money doing that, please let me know. You don't make them so they're dangerous. You just make them, yeah. Kid could have his own little twister. Yeah. I think it'd be kind of fun. But I'm trying to think. One day, Sandy and I we were down in Florida, and I remember we were on the beach there on the Gulf Coast, walking around, looking at the old people in bikinis, and all of a sudden Sandy says, "Look out on the." I never see these things first, Yeah, it's always someone else sees it. My brother saw the one in Philly. Sandy, she looks out over the ocean, and it's there's this doggone water spout, and this one was. Well, I think this one went up about a half a mile, and it's just a twister made of water. And I said, "Oh my God." And we go running over to the lifeguard. We said, "You got a water spout, water spout." He says, "Yeah." He says, "Just don't get near it." You going swimming out that far? I said, "I wouldn't advise it." No, but God, look, no, they happen all the time. Don't worry. That one's not too bad. He said, if they get bigger, yeah, then run for your life, but not this one. So, gosh. I know only other time as far as twisters go with me, I did, well, actually, I was driving up to the Chatterbox, and I was just south of Newton, between Newton and Andover on Route 206, and everything just got real dark and green. Usually if things get green, you got a twister coming. And I was at a traffic light, And I said, this is getting ugly. I'm getting into this parking lot and getting off the road. And I'm sitting there, and something came roaring up the highway. No, it weren't a semi. It was some kind of weather phenomenon. And all I know is my van is going like this, and it darn near tipped over. It darn near. I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do? My van tips over. I got all my equipment in here. I mean, my van was real heavy, and it was being moved around like it was a doggone shoebox. Jeez, tell you. Interesting, Ma Nature, huh? The only other one I can think of, I think it was Mother's Day, back in the late 60s, early 70s, up in Pensy. A fairly good-sized one hit the town of Dewshore in Sullivan County, PA, and then it mountain hopped. Actually, in Dewshore, I think it knocked over, it picked up a trailer. These things seem to be drawn to trailers, don't they? Picked up a trailer, crumpled it up a bit. Poor old lady was in the trailer. She got out okay. She was pretty tough, and hillbilly lady, I guess. And she was fine. She came crawling out, kind of mad, but other than that, she was okay. But then that thing evidently jumped the mountaintops, and it went through a forest area, and boy, it messed up. Oh my God, it took probably 1 or 2 square miles of trees and just yanked them out by the roots, knocked down the limbs and stuff, and put it all on one of the county highways. Luckily, no one was on the road, or it would have been very bad for them. Took forever to get all that wood off, but I think the rangers came up and put a sign saying free firewood, and the mess was cleaned up in about a day and a half. A lot of chainsaws going. Anyway, there you go. I thought, I don't know, just be fun to talk about twisters. And we'll see you later, friends. I hope you enjoy these. And remember, on my YouTube site, Doc South Show on YouTube, there's probably 600 of these things. And they're free. Just enjoy them. Just the ramblings of an old man. Yeah, okay. I just thought I'd say. Love to, I do them to get the stories told, that's all. We'll see you later. God bless. Bye. Bye now.